Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. 3 and out, 8 divisions in 8 days. Let's go. Training camp turf, the baddest collision on the face of the earth. 32 teams coming hungrier than ever. We smash through the grind and we pull together. Turn up the volume, let the speakers explode. IA Sports Radio, the king of the road. The season premiere is breaking the mold. That the summer can hold. NFC week is locked at the door. Now we're crossing the line for the AFC award. 3 and out, the battle lines are drawn. 8 divisions strong, the war is going on. Lock it in today, we're clearing out the way. 8 divisions deep, 8 divisions in 8 days. 3 and out. North to the Wild Wild West, East Coast to South, putting teams to the test. Stick it to them now, let the trash talk fly. Look them in the eyes under the summer sky. The gridiron is calling, the tape doesn't lie. We're drawing the line where the giants defy. 4 shows for the NFC, 4 for the AFC. Breaking down every single team on the map. You'll see, hear the battle cry call.
What's going on, football fans? If you ain't jacked after that, I honestly have no idea what you're even doing in life. Let's go, y'all. Congratulations to another season of 3 and Out. I gotta be the first one to say it, right? Let's do this, y'all. 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days. We have returned. Oh my gosh. We got a full season in front of us, y'all. This is it. Show number 1. And every single year, it's just so much fun doing this, man. So I just gotta say, season 11 of this freaking show. Yeah, we are locked in, ready to roll. This is gonna be one hell of a season, y'all. Last year, 11 years. Number one thing, can we get a hand clap? I mean, my gosh, 11 years of this show, and I'm already forgetting where my buttons are. Can we get a hand clap, even if it's a fake one, y'all? Thank you. Larry B in the house. Again, we have ourselves a kickoff of 8 divisions in 8 days, y'all. We're starting off in the NFC, obviously, because the NFC won the Super Bowl. And of course, we're starting off in the AFC West, well, because none other than the Seattle Seahawks did their thing and won themselves their second championship just earlier this year. So, tomorrow, get ready, y'all. We got the NFC East coming your way, NFC South on Thursday, and then Friday, wrapping up the NFC with the NFC North, and then that same exact order next week, except for starting on Wednesday. So we have the season premiere with all of us, the names you see down there, Teran Rodriguez, me, your boy Larry B, and Big Mike, all on Saturday morning at 7 p.m. Kicking things off, again, if you love football, guys, football, like real football. Yes, we love the NFL, yes, but we're talking everything. High school football, 3C2A, NJCAA, NAIA, NCAA Division III, Division II, obviously FCS and FBS and the NFL. But if you love all football and if you like watching, as I like to say, part 1 and 2 before part 3 in the NFL, yeah, look no further. 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. So we got a jam-packed show tonight, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's just been such a busy day, busy week. Summer is here, though. I already see we're up to 100 people listening already. So you guys are incredible. Thank you all so very much for being here tonight. Let's get things going, man, because it's an 8-show season premiere, as I've promised here. The last, I think we started doing this, 10 years ago? We did the first season without it, and then it's been 10 years of doing this exact thing. Tonight, we got 4 new fans, 4 new diehards, man, coming your way. Really excited to have all of them on the show with their video talking about their team. And one of them comes from the land down under. How you like that? So we're going to have ourselves some fun tonight. Let's do it, man. So starting things off, we are going to jump on into the Seattle Seahawks. However, you know our traditional, right? Our traditional deal. We got to take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump right on into it. Into those into those Arizona Cardinals. I have a few things to say about it, et cetera, et cetera. But we're taking ourselves a quick break. When we come back, gotta get things set up, you guys. Gotta get the link out there and stuff. When we come back, we're talking pure Arizona Cardinals, going into the Rams, then on into the Niners, and finishing off with the Seahawks. You are watching 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days, NFC West, kickoff of NFC Week, right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this. For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. We're nodding heads. We're feeling good. Let's do this, y'all. Again, see you in the chat. Chat is bumping tonight. We appreciate you guys, man. Brian Francione, of course. These guys are ready for AFC week, man. I know that Teran Rodriguez and his Chargers. Teran making his way too early predictions. Of course, we got a newcomer, by the way, man. Really cool to have this cat, and he's been a part of our group for a while, talking lots of football, man. So big shout out to Joe jumping here, and we're gonna have ourselves some fun talking about the NFC West tonight, though. And as you can see, the color has changed and we are in Cardinal mode. So here we go, guys. Let's start things off, man, and just get this whole deal underway, shall we? All right. So first things first, man. Just so much to get into, right? Storylines, etc., etc., etc. So look, let's take a quick look of oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Let's take a quick look back at the sheer insanity of this division from last season. Okay. The NFC West made NFL history by becoming the first division ever to feature three 12-win teams. Unless I'm crazy, that's never happened. But I've been following football pretty dang close for a while now. So, so followed by the Cardinals stumbling to a 3-14 finish. Ouch. Not the best year for those guys, and kind of sad. They're the only ones who suffered that horrible feat last year. So they're yeah, nasty. Sitting at a staggering 9 games back from their rivals. So rough go, man. So at the very top of the mountain, of course, the Seattle Seahawks. It would hurt that much more, right? This would happen to the Cardinals, where they are the team that is the tippy top. I'm sorry, they're at the very, very bottom, like extreme bottom, and an arch nemesis of theirs, who one of the 3 teams who had 12 wins or more in the same division, well, they go on to win the Super Bowl. I just that's just how it goes. Poor Cardinals. However, the Seahawks, man, they were second to no one last year, but nobody saw it coming. Look, they shocked the world by going 14-3, claiming that number 1 seed in the conference and marching all the way to win that Lombardi. But that was yesterday, guys. Today, the landscape is shifted. The Rams loaded up to reclaim the throne. What? The 49ers are looking to bounce back through heavy injury attrition. That's been a thing. And the Cardinals are trying to flip the script with a brand new regime. Let's do this, y'all. So we're diving into the Arizona Cardinals, man. I'm gonna give you guys a little Cardinals talk, and we're gonna let our dude Alden K take over in just a few minutes talking about his Cardinals. But look, these guys were horrible last year. Okay, again, 3-14. It's the lowest win total in the entire NFL. And to make matters worse, the Cardinals have a they have a schedule tied for the 3rd toughest in the league. Okay, rough. The offense brought a complete shakeup. Michael Floor takes over as head coach, and Nathaniel Hackett running the offense. But the dominant storyline in the desert is contract drama surrounding Jacoby Brissett. Okay, Brissett took over the reins from an injured Kyle Murray last season. We all know that. We're not going to beat that story to death. But, threw for a career best, like over 3,000-ish yards, somewhere right around there. Someone put the stat in there if you know it. He had about 12 starts and never gave the job back, right? Which is good. So now he wants to get paid like a bona fide star. And, hey, that's what – I get it. I get it. When you're that dude, right? When you're the dude, you want to be paid like that. So that's kind of the, the drama at the moment with these guys. And Jacoby Brissett, he's the dude now. Who else do they got? What, Gardner Minshew? Carson Beck? Right? I mean, am I again, somebody fact check this. I'm just jumping in and talking what I know. But yeah, guys, I mean, yeah, you want to get paid like the starter, even if you're the starter for the worst team. So having skipped voluntary workouts, which I read about that a little bit, and actually I think I heard some of that on YouTube. But anyway, and playing hardball basically throughout minicamp. So he's actually training, he's actually in training camp, I believe. He is participating. I didn't catch all of that. Again, the training camp's just started and I'm really scrambling to figure things out. That's why the show is always fun, because you in the chat can kind of help out with this too and be like, yeah, he is, or no, he's not. But meanwhile, the Cardinals, though, again, they got Gardner Minshew now. Okay, he's in free agency. And he's, I'm not going to talk down on anybody, especially somebody who's in the NFL when I'm not. He's bounced around, he's been around. But again, is he going to be the answer for somebody, right? So the Cardinals brought in Gardner Minshew in free agency, okay, and they spent the number 3 overall pick and on a monster. Okay, this is the bright spot on Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, guaranteeing the rookie more money than any running back in NFL history. I heard about that too. Okay. So they have explosive weapons right now, like oh boy, that darn tight end, McBride. Dude's solid, man. I like him. You know what? He's been pretty cool. He's been doing his thing. He's 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years in the league. Youngster out of Colorado State. I mean, you don't see a lot of Colorado State Rams doing well, right? In the NFL. I mean, kind of sad to say, but again, he's a smaller school. And we have that. We have a guy who's making a name for himself right now, and I like McBride a lot. He really is making a name for himself. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison, well, Marvin Harrison Jr., who some people look. He's been a letdown. I've gotten everything. Okay, this, that, and all around is what it is. Your thoughts, your opinions. We'll see what Alden has to say about him right now. But again, he's there. We'll see. Is this going to be a better year? Some people would say his quarterback isn't the greatest, but whatever. But look, with this brutal schedule and quarterback uncertainty right now, it's going to be another heavy grind in Arizona. And it sucks because we haven't even gotten anywhere yet. We haven't even started yet. All right. So kind of a rough go. To give us the true insider perspective of the Cardinals, though, man, let's go to our IE Sports Radio Arizona insider, Alden K, man. He's going to start us off 8 divisions in 8 days. Let's check him out and see what he's got for us, talking about his Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back in a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, starting us off on 8 divisions in 8 days, Alden K.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to everybody who is currently on the 3 and Out show on IE Sports Radio. Shout out to Larry B. Shout out to anybody that is co-side doing this live stream with Larry B. It's nighttime here in Phoenix right now, but I'm saying good morning because that will be the time this live stream takes place. And to open up the NFC West for this upcoming season in 2026, the Arizona Cardinals. So last season was pretty much a season to forget. And I'm trying to sound passionate when talking about this team. But last season did not go as planned. They went 3-14. They started the season 2-0, and then they finished the season only winning one game after that. So Cardinals fans, including myself, we had expectations for the team that year after barely missing the playoffs the year before in 2024. And then a bunch of things happen. Kyler Murray gets injured. He's out after week 5. The head coach ends up getting fired. And now fast forward to this upcoming season, Kyler Murray is now on the Vikings. Jonathan Gannon is no longer with the team. And they are heading in a new direction with first-year head coach Mike LaFleur. So this offseason, nothing major really happened with the Arizona Cardinals as far as big moves. There's, a couple topics out there with the Cardinals, though, like are they going to trade Josh Sweat, a guy who is one of their best, if not their best pass rusher on the team, a guy who is obviously wants to play for a contending team. But as the Cardinals head towards another rebuild, they could potentially head in a different direction with Josh Sweat. And then, of course, there's another question. Will the Cardinals extend left tackle Paris Johnson Jr. as he heads into another season, coming off of a very good year the year before? And there was a rumor that came out that said Paris Johnson Jr. is asking for $40 million a year from the Cardinals front office. And as a guy who's been a fan of this team for 20 years, all I can say to Paris Johnson Jr. is good luck getting $40 million a year from Michael Bidwell. As far as the draft goes, the Cardinals made some interesting picks and some young picks that can really make you scratch your head a bit as to, how is this going to work out for the Cardinals? Obviously, a no-brainer with their first round selection. They took running back Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. Obviously, the best offensive player in this draft, without a doubt. A lot of people thought they were going to go defense with their third selection in the draft. I'm glad that they took Jeremiah Love. I think having a guy like him in the backfield, especially with the quarterbacks that the Cardinals could potentially put out on the field for this season, they're really going to need any good offensive power that they can get, and Jeremiah Love is a good decision for that. While the offensive line is still pretty questionable, and I hope that they're able to do a solid in front of Jeremiah Love and whichever quarterback they put on the field week 1. And that's why they selected Chase Pasantis, guard from Texas A&M in the second round, to pair up with Paris Johnson Jr. right next to him on the left side or the right side, whichever they prefer to put him at. And of course, the most controversial pick in the draft for the Cardinals was taking quarterback Carson Beck in the 3rd round. Not really sure what they were doing with that pick, but he is coming off of a national championship appearance. So we'll see what happens. I don't expect Carson Beck to be the future of the Arizona Cardinals. I do think that the Cardinals will play for the 1st overall pick in this upcoming season. As far as the division goes, while it would be nice to talk trash about my division, I just do not think I can because, and I think anybody watching this can just have sympathy for me when I say this. Cardinals are the worst team in their division by far. There's no reason for me to trash talk any team in my division. One of them just won the Super Bowl, and I think the Seahawks will go at least at worst 2nd place in the division. I do see the Seahawks and the Rams competing for 1st place in the division, especially after the Rams got Myles Garrett. And as of right now, we don't know if Aaron Donald will come out of retirement, but if he does, then that's an even bigger problem, no matter how old he is. And then, of course, you got the Niners. I think that they will still make the playoffs, but as a 3rd place team. That is just a huge gauntlet of opponents that the Cardinals have to deal with for this upcoming season. But I have the Cardinals finishing last in the division, anywhere between 3 to 5 games. I don't think they'll do anything major this season, and I do think that they will pick for or compete for the 1st overall pick in this draft. But with that being said, we'll see what happens with the Cardinals this season. Big shout out to Larry B for showing this video and letting me give my thoughts on the Cardinals for this upcoming season. And with that being said, have a great rest of your show, Larry, and go Cardinals.
All right, guys, there it is. Alden K, man. Ooh, that was too much of me right there. There we go. Again, when you're off for 6 months not doing this, you kind of learn, you miss your buttons sometimes. But big ups and thank you to Mr. Alden K, man. I mean, a great dude. He's been with us for a good long minute here on IE Sports Radio. So big shout out to Alden K, man. We appreciate you. Good, sir. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us today, talking some Cardinals football. And yeah, I mean, again, there you go. So, you got to love it. If there's any bright spot, it's Jeremiah Smith, right? If there's anything to be excited about, he's a guy that could actually do something. I'm sorry, Jeremiah Love. I'm sorry. Again, kind of out there, right? First show back, guys. First show back. So Jeremiah Love is, again, a dude that we've seen play his heart out, and somebody that I can totally see play at a high level, obviously in the NFL. But some people are like, oh no, his career's over, like Marvin Harrison Jr. and all this crap. Look, let him play. Let's go out there and see what happens. The Cardinals have one hell of a hill to climb. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be a tougher year for those guys. Maybe not a tougher year. Hopefully nothing's tougher than last year for them. Okay. But this is definitely not going to be an easy year. Let's just call it what it is. But I do feel that right now the Cardinals have something good on their side. And with that, let's see what it is. So, all right, you notice the color change down here on the name, and there you have it, guys. So, congratulations to our first person up talking the Arizona Cardinals, Alden K. Now we are going to shift over now to the Los Angeles Rams, and this team has been it's been weird, man. The Rams have had highest of highs and the lowest of lows in the last 10 years. It's been crazy. I mean, 10 years ago, they were in St. Louis, right? I mean, they were just getting to LA, and I guess all these things going on, man. So just, I don't know. Los Angeles Rams, man, these guys have had some stuff, right? So it's rare to completely agree with a lot of people on Super Bowl favorites, right? But the Rams, again, they're low, they're high, they're low, they're high. At one point last season, I was like, the Rams got this. The Rams are winning the bowl. Like, there's no way they're not. They're freaking talented. They look great. They have a lot of talent on this team. There's no way they're not. And, usually I will have fun and pick some favorites on this show. I'm picking the Bills for a while now, and they've done nothing. But I'll tell you, it's kind of hard to not pick the Rams right now, or at least say the Rams are going to be somewhere around the NFC Championship. This is a hell of a team, guys. This is a good football team. This is a good football team. Any way you want to slice it, dice it. If you hate them, if you hate me now for saying that, that's cool. But again, this is a team that has a lot of promise. That's one strong defense. I mean, guys like Puna Ford and again, defensive line guy, Braden Fisk. I just really like what this team's got here. Obviously, Miles Garrett coming over now. It's just just a little part of that defense that got us a tad bit better, right? And then you look at this offense, and I mean, they have been solid. I mean, Puka Nakua. Obviously now Devontae Adams is where he wants to be. He's happy. Okay. But what I will say is this is I don't know, this team, again, it's rare for me to really agree so quickly with a team that can be a Super Bowl favorite. But honestly, these guys could claim the title this year because of how good. They're obviously going to be fighting Seattle, but they look good. So they're sitting with an over under, win total of 11 and a half, I believe. So Sean McVay, his squad is built for a massive run, honestly. Matthew Stafford is coming off of an MVP campaign. He's 38 years old, orchestrating the league's top passing attack. And Devontae Adams, again, like I said, he's happy where he's at. And when he's happy, he plays good, Don't ask me about the Raider days. But again, I think he got screwed in that deal because he wanted to play with his buddy Derek Carr. But we're going too far in the past right now. But Adams hauled in a league high of 14 touchdowns last year. Puka Nakua led the NFL with 80 receiving first downs. And it's just been great. So if that offense wasn't terrifying enough, again, look what they did to the defense. Now they got Myles Garrett, blockbuster trade. Dude is just going to be monstrous. The Rams swiped cornerbacks, Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson from Kansas City and pulled off that blockbuster trade. Who is Myles Garrett, by the way, was coming off of a record-shattering 23 sacks in one season in Cleveland. So imagine Garrett teeing off an opposing quarterbacks late in the season, late in games, and imagine this guy just making it happen. Right, getting back there. I mean, you see now. I mean, it's kind of funny. You talked about Aaron Donald possibly coming out of retirement. I don't think he will. I think he's happy where he's at. But I mean, you're talking about right now just making that defensive line that much better, that much scarier. LA is loaded from top to bottom, and Sean McVay has the horses to make another deep championship push. There is no doubt about it. Okay, so to break down the Rams, you guys. From a true insider's lens, we have somebody who's not in IE Sports Radio, not on the team, but we got a fantastic guest joining us tonight, man. He's actually a high schooler. You know me, I don't really have too many youngsters on here, but this guy is super old for his age. The dude knows what he's talking about. Solid Rams fan here, diehard, who just wants to get his perspective on the Rams out there. And you know what? I said, all right, he could be on the show. This dude is totally got a great perspective of the Rams, good, respectful guy, and glad to have him. So with that said, and I hope I don't butcher his last name, but Jason Clavel, man, I'm really excited to have him on the show today. So let's hear from him talking about his Los Angeles Rams. Take it away, Jason.
What's up, guys? It's Rams Report House on Twitter. Jason Clavel. I'm doing a segment for IE Sports Radio. I'm gonna be doing the Rams, of course. And first little part is gonna be last season. Honestly, I think our last season was really strong. We made a good push into the playoffs. I think we could have beat the Seahawks late into the game, but our special teams failed us once again. I feel like if our special teams executed way better throughout the whole game, we would have had such a smooth win. Offense performed really good. Defense performed really good. First loss against Philly. 2 missed kicks and block kick return. We also against Baltimore, that happened again. Ryan Mevis, that really helped our whole team. He went perfect. He missed one, but honestly, it's fine. He made a clutch kick in Chicago at home in the playoff, away, at a playoff game. So yeah, that was really clutch. I'm glad we got it together and we got a few more players to beef up that special teams through this offseason. Second segment is going to be the offseason and the draft type area. Honestly, our offseason was really good super good. I think it's the best in the league. We got Trent McDuffie, Myles Garrett, Jalen Watson. We got, I'm kind of blanking on his name right now. We got a linebacker from the Giants too. Those dudes are going to be so crazy. I think McDuffie's I think he's top 8 in his position. Watson's really good. Both of them, 2-time Super Bowl champions. You know, they're amazing. Myles Garrett, defensive, bro. He literally just set the sack record. So that's gonna be crazy. And I've heard Ty Simpson has been performing the same level as Stetson Bennett. Just super underwhelming. But I mean, this is rookie season. Hopefully Stafford teaches him. Alabama, I made a post about him. He has really good arm power. He could fit the ball anywhere, but I just think it's his mentality that matters a lot. He's pretty fast. He has good pocket presence. Overall, he's not too bad of a pick, but honestly, I feel like we could have just gone with Kyle Lemon and just pushed for the Super Bowl this year. And amazing, it's really good. Not much more you could do with the draft picks and stuff, but there's nothing I don't trust Les Snead and McVay to do. They've done this before and they won a ring off of it, so you know, I trust them a lot. Honestly, 2026, I feel like this could be a crazy season. I think our ceiling is 15-2, and I think the floor is really 11-6, I think, or yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, honestly, I think we can go a nice, smooth 13-4, have a few bumpy games that we might just lose off of dumb mistakes, but I really think this team has potential to go undefeated. Just a crazy team. MVP Stafford, DPOY, Myles Garrett. Could have been Offensive Player of the Year Puka, which honestly I think he got robbed. JSN had an outstanding year, but Puka missed less games. Puka missed 2 games, had same amount of stats, and he's an elite run blocker. He's just he's a stud, man. He's one of the best. I think he's the best receiver in the NFL. So yeah, I think we have a really high ceiling and a really high floor too. There's really high expectations for this team, but I think if we just stay composed and this team plays how they should be practicing, how they play aggressive all the time, I think they're gonna have no problem beating all the teams on the schedule that are beatable, and the circumstances that we're going through during that moment, that hopefully those add up and we can beat the teams. Rams are winning the division. We're gonna win the NFC West. We're gonna be NFC West champions. Now they lost their offensive coordinator. He's gonna be a big loss for the Seahawks. They lost Kenneth Walker. They got that Notre Dame running back. I don't think he's gonna replace Kenneth Walker at all. Niners are looking all right. Their receivers are coming up. They're pretty young receivers. They should be learning throughout. I think week 1 we're gonna take the win against them too. I don't think they're gonna be able to handle our offense coming off the ball so quick, and Myles Garrett, and our defense is going to be locking stuff down against a really young Niners team. He definitely is the best running back in his class, but he can go crazy if the Cardinals use him right. I don't know who their starting quarterback is, Beck or Brissett. It shouldn't be a big deal for the Rams defense anyways. I think we sweep the Cardinals. I think maybe we could split the series with the Niners. It happens every year, so I wouldn't be surprised. And Seahawks, I think we could sweep the Seahawks too. They lost a couple key players and of course a key coach in their staff, so I think it shouldn't be that hard to go past the Seahawks and eventually win the NFC West and maybe win the NFC. I think we could possibly win the NFC, so I want to give a big shout out to IE Sports Radio for having me in this segment, and 3 and Out on X. You can find my Twitter/X at Rams Report House. I'm going to be uploading a lot of Rams updates, news. I'll be at the training camp this year. So yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity.
What a job, man. Got to show him some love, man. That was Mr. Jason Clavel. That was great stuff. Good job, buddy. And you hear, obviously, yeah, loss. Look, when you lose your offensive coordinator, I get it. But, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I don't look. I know that's LaFleur, obviously, and you know what? Cool is what it is, and he's on his way out. That's fine, but realistically, this team is so good. They're so talented that it doesn't really matter. I know I hate to say that, but I don't know. Personally, guys, I just don't think it matters. I don't think it matters one bit. They're solid. This team has if they can play the way they did last year, minus a few mistakes, all throughout, I don't want to say all throughout the season because they didn't make a lot of mistakes, but a few less mistakes, a few more big plays going their way. This team was in or around Super Bowl, and that's how good they were. Obviously, the Seahawks are the team who made the least mistakes, and what did they do? They won themselves a Lombardi. So great stuff there. And by the way, I totally forgot. I know I made these little banners here to post up. So in a little bit, we're gonna replay Alden because I want to give him the proper respect of putting the little banner down there. So you'll see. We'll make it nice. But anyway, guys. So we are now halfway through the NFC West. There you guys go. Cardinals season preview out of the way. Rams season preview out of the way. And well, now we got the Niners coming up next and the Seattle Seahawks. And so we're gonna take ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we're going to jump right into the Niners. And we got ourselves a Niner fan from the land down under. My boy Tim, really excited to talk to him. And glad to have him on the show. And glad that all of you guys are tuning in. Numbers are jumping. My gosh. I don't think we've ever gotten over 1,000 people that fast. So you guys are incredible. Thank you very much. Let's do it, man. Take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we are talking 49ers right here on 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all. That is sports. Be right back after this.
From the stadium lights to the stadium shade, the clubhouse crews, the on-field MCs, delicious park food and the summer breeze. Every voice in the game. Catch dirt and diamonds every single week. The California League coverage that you'll seek with Larry B and Freddie B running the show. Every minor league season for the latest in the California League with Larry B and Freddie B on IE Sports Radio. Keep that dirt flying, and we'll see you next pitch.
Welcome back to 3 and Out. 8 divisions in 8 days, NFC West Day right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Guys, we are bumping, man. You guys are just jumping on in there. Thank you guys so much again for being here tonight. This is always a special show for me to do, a special series for me to do, and you guys are amazing. So jump in that chat, get up in there. Chat's lonely. The numbers are high. Chat's lonely. Get in that chat. Appreciate you guys again for being here. And again, we thank you so much for just making this show what has been over the last 11 years and in the last 12 years of IE Sports Radio. So let's change that color, y'all. Let's change that color. Yeah, to that Niners red, man. Bang, bang, Niner gang. And let's do this, man. Let's start talking about them San Francisco 49ers. And my gosh, where do we begin? This team, I don't even know. Honestly, because have you guys heard of that weird thing, right? I don't know if anybody's heard about that weird, like, because there's a factory next door to them that they get a lot of some plastic factory or some crap like that where they get I don't know. They get injuries and crap from. I have no idea, guys. I don't know. All I know is things happen. I don't think some factory next door to you is gonna weaken you to jack you up or anything. But I will say the Niners have had some rough goes. Okay, they really have. They've had some tough breaks. They've also had some amazing seasons, but some tough breaks in there. There was what about 8 years ago when they lost like everybody, like everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. They lost damn near their whole team. I can tell you right now that the 49ers they are, if there was ever a rebound team, this is the team. Okay. Because they don't know how to stay down. And that's a great thing, right? If you're a Niner fan, you should be proud of these guys. And they're up and down and all around all the time. But I'll tell you right now, it's not like being a like a Raider or a Cardinal or anything where you're just kind of stuck there. You're just stuck in reverse and there's nothing good is happening. These guys, they do deviate. Okay, they're sometimes they're an extreme outlier on either side. But I'll tell you right now, this team has they got some interesting things to talk about. So with that said, hey, what's up in the chat, man? Boy, Adam Kardik, yes, Adam Karnik's having fun in the chat. We appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for tuning in tonight, Mr. Karnik. He'll be talking about his Chicago Bears on Friday. That is, so really excited for that. So here we go, man. Let's jump into the 49ers. They had they were solid, right? They had went to, I mean, they feel the last season wasn't the worst. Okay. They've had a year. I don't even know how you say this. The 49ers last season had this awkwardness about them. 12-5. But it's weird, and I don't know if it's wrong to really say that even how good they were, I still didn't think they were going to be that great. It kind of sucks, right? But obviously, you had the Rams there. You had the Seahawks, who eventually won the Super Bowl, and as good as the Niners were, I just didn't see it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And again, I'm not like the football guru or anything, but I will tell you right now, it just felt like the Rams and the Seahawks had a little something extra that the Niners didn't. Intuition, call it that. I don't know. Niner fans hate me now. Yay. But I will tell you, this is a team that I feel now obviously got some good pieces now and pretty solid little draft and everything. And again, Tim's going to talk about that right now. But second place last year in the NFC West, and I don't know, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of odd. I still feel that the Rams were slightly better. Whatever. But last year, despite like a league leading the league, in injury, which is crazy, right? They had injury carnage among playoff teams and dealing with massive roster turnover. Kyle Shanahan still steered his team to 12-5 and a playoff win. What do you do? Right. Brian Francione in here says the health of the Niners is always their worst enemy, and that's exactly what it is. The Niners do not seem to have, I don't know what it is, man. Something's always got to happen. It's a trip. But look, Brock Purdy has proven he can steer the ship. But the weapon room has major question marks, right? George Kittle, he might miss the season opener as he recovers from that Achilles that he had in Wild Card Weekend. It's not an easy thing to heal from, guys. Wish him all the best. I wish him a speedy recovery. And a trustworthy receiver, Juwan Jennings, is gone. Cool. San Francisco also added future Hall of Famer Mike Evans, and of course Christian Kirk in that offense. But health is the ultimate question for both veterans. Another deal there with those guys, with health. Alongside 2024 first rounder Ricky Pearsall. So plus the Niners face a grueling travel schedule that could push them near an NFL record with over I forgot what it was, like 40,000 miles or something like that of travel, which is crazy. Including like these obviously the international games, the ones that do it, they're heading into Australia. And what do you do? It's a trip, right? And they're going to Mexico this year. They're playing the Vikings. Okay. They're going to Australia coming up here pretty quick, right? In about a month, a little bit over a month and a half, if you will. They'll be playing their fun foe game, right? They'll be playing some arch nemesis Rams over there in the land down under. So what do? I mean, they're going to go play their best football. Really, can Shanahan keep this roster healthy enough to reclaim the division? That's, to me, that's the biggest question. And to give the Niners face, well, okay, before we get into giving the 49ers over to Tim, I will say, look, the Niners are so you gotta love it, right? Seattle Mike jumping in here. He's about to be on the show in a little bit, talking about his Seahawks. But yeah, it's the substation. See, everyone's talking about that, right? Everyone's talking about, oh, this is what the injury is. I mean, it's kind of jacked up. What do you do? But look, I will tell you this: the Niners, again, they're a team who are so close. They're on the cusp, but how close are the cusp? I think that's the real question. So it just sucks when you're in such a good division. So, all right, guys. So to give us the faithful perspective all the way from the land down under, let's bring in Tim from Australia to talk about his 49ers, y'all. FTTB. Hand it over to you, Mr. Tim. Let's do this.
G'day. My name's Tim. I'm from Australia, and the legends at 3 and Out on IE Sports asked me to give you my thoughts on the season that was and the season that will be for the San Francisco 49ers. Just a bit of intro into myself. I'm from Brisbane, Australia. Been a Niner fan for about 35 years. I remember the first moment I had was my parents gave me a Joe Montana poster, which went straight onto my bedroom wall, and had that up proudly. So yeah, been a fan. Never been to a game, so looking forward to the Melbourne game. So hopefully see all you faithful there. It's going to be a sea of red, Levi's Southwest as I'm calling it. Last season, like most seasons under the Shanahan era, was a roller coaster of emotions for all the faithful. I think we all went in with high expectations, especially with our easier draw or fixture, whatever you guys call it. But as each star went down, it was like, really? Again? Same old. Like, have we been cursed? Power station. Nah, kid, wasn't a power station. Anyway, we started to string some wins together later on in the season. And then it was like, oh, we might get Fred back. The stars kept coming back. Maybe if we get the number 1 spot and get all home games, and then the Super Bowl being at Levi's, oh, we're in a shot here. But obviously that didn't happen. Disappointed how the season finished, to be honest, as I really feel that there was no real standout team last year, and was our golden chance to redeem the 20 and 24 Super Bowls. And yep, they still sting. This season, the off season, the additions of Mike Evans, I really think he will slot right in and give the offense the X factor that was sort of missing last year, especially and the addition of Kirk and the other draftees. I think the depth in the wide receiver room is quite good. B.A. I never really like to predict how the draftees will go. Just too many variables. Just let the season play out. I think most Niner fans would have liked some more of an upgrade to the O-line. It seems to be the call we give every year. But in the end, all we can do is in John and Kyle we trust. I'm really excited for the upcoming season. Not because just seeing my first ever game with the Niners coming to Melbourne. But if we can stay healthy, I truly believe that we can give a good shake to finally get that chip under the Shanahan era. Kittle looks to be on track for week 1, which is huge. Can't wait to see him when he comes here. He'll love it. Most of the squad is healthy from what I know. I'm sure someone will correct me. I believe we have one of the best squads in all of the NFL. And as long as we stay healthy, we can really give it a shake. I reckon 11 to 13 wins is quite possible. The NFC West is undoubtedly the hardest division in all of football. Arizona, they're just trash. So you can just put a line through them. The Chooks, I think any other year, they were good, don't get me wrong. But any other year, I don't reckon they're winning. The Stars just a line for them. Darnham was very consistent, and their running game, especially late, was pretty good. Them losing Walker is huge for them. But confident a healthy Niner outfit would do the double on them next season. The Rams, I believe they really blew their chance last year. But we'll be there and thereabouts. But again, a healthy Niners team can sweep them, especially at Levi's Southwest, as I'm calling it, in week 1. I don't think they realised when they tried to get that game moved to Australia, they thought they were going to have a home ground advantage. I think the 49er fan base in Australia is huge. I think they've not understood that. It's going to be a sea of red at the MCG. Me, one of them. Like I said, pretty confident for the season ahead. I'm very excited to witness my very first live game. All that's left to say is, bang, bang, Niner gang. And we'll see all you faithful in Melbourne. Shout out again to the legends at 3 and Out to give me this opportunity. Cheers.
Cheers to you, good sir. That was pretty awesome, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I gotta fix this little thing. Too much of me in here. Poof, there we go. Much better. So again, big shout out and thank you to our boy, Mr. Tim, man. That was awesome. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, he brought up some great points. He got double the applause, I guess. So look, he brought up some great points. Again, as the applause continues for Tim. So. But I will say, you guys, when it comes down to it, the 49ers, again, it's just injuries. It's injuries. Injuries. It's just the theme. This is a continuance. This is happening all the time. Cannot seem to get out of their own way with injuries, and it sucks, because again, the Niners it's been a good minute since they've hoisted a Lombardi. They've been in and around that bowl recently. They've also had some extreme lows. Again, they've been the highest of highs and the lows of lows. But this year, is this it? Can they actually get healthy and can they stay healthy? So that's going to be one of the biggest questions of the entire season. And, seeing these 49ers, especially as a diehard fan like Tim over there, this is just, it's cool seeing so many fans internationally and everywhere. So really excited, man. Looking forward to it. And that is going to be it for those San Francisco 49ers, man. Such a very passionate fan base. And well, let's get on in to our final team of the evening. You already know, man, we're going to change that color one more time to that Seattle Seahawks blue. And well, here it goes, man. Seattle it is. Look, the Seattle Seahawks, what do you say about this team? Okay. Unbelievable season for them last year. Okay. And they're the defending Super Bowl champions for a reason. Seattle enters the year with this thing. It's like an aura around them, right? They went ahead and they won in the hardest division last year. Okay. Some people might not have called it that from the start of the season. I definitely didn't. But by the time the season ended, I was like, oh my gosh, that division was hell. But I will tell you, they had quite the year. They had an amazing, a great job. That was like one of their best seasons they've had in a good minute. And, really, while some regression from a fairy tale 14 and 3 season is natural, writing off head coach Mike McDonald in this roster is a massive mistake, guys. It is. Do not write this team off. They are, without a doubt, this monstrous team that is going to be back this year, and they are going to be doing everything they can to defend this title. They look great. That defense is nasty, and defense wins championships. I don't care. Call it boring. Call it what you want to. This defense is nasty. Quarterback Sam Darnold, which is crazy because you look at the Seahawks right now, and you can see obviously the defense is nasty. But you know what? Let's go, man. I like this offense. Again, they've got a lot of weapons here, and really, it's just how much can they be utilized? This team has a solid core, and I don't know. I know, obviously, we got to get into the short and sweet. Kubiak leaving, right? Going to the Raiders. I feel really bad for him. That's my team, and I know this. This team is the Seahawks are a team to fear, and the Raiders are a team to laugh at. So I wish him all the best over in Vegas with my horrible football team. But Kubiak leaving is a big deal. He was a big part of this offense, and especially when your offense was great, but your defense was really the reason why don't get me wrong, okay? Don't start taking it out of context. Yes, that offense was incredible this year, guys. Okay, they played well, they scored points, they did their thing. It doesn't, just because I say the defense is stronger and better, because they were, it doesn't say anything about that offense not being great. They practice against those guys. Okay. But I will tell you that the Seahawks offense is going to be, I think they're going to be strong with or without Kubiak. I think they're going to be, pretty good, but I think his presence is it's going to take a little bit. All right. But overall, I think they're still going to be very, very, very good. So getting into the rest of this before we hand on over to Seattle Mike. So really, look, again, Sam Darnold, he authored a storybook season last year. Okay. He engineered a Super Bowl run and silenced his ghosts of the past. Really cool to see him, SoCal guy right here, doing his thing. And now he returns with an elite receiving core, which is, Offensive Player of the Year, JSN, Jackson Smith and Njigba. Cooper Kupp is there now, okay? And deep threat, Rashid Shaheed. And I think that's the cherry on top. He's got quite the arm, and now he's got some really, really good targets. So the major transition comes in the backfield. Kenneth Walker III signing with Kansas City, and Zach Charbonnet recovering from last season's torn ACL, which sucks. First round draft pick, Jadarian Price will step up into the spotlight now, which is pretty sweet. The Notre Dame product averaged like 6 or 7 yards per carry in college, somewhere right around there. And honestly, he's primed for a really massive rookie role, in my opinion. So what can he do this year? What can those Seattle Seahawks do? Well, let's take a little bit of a listen to our final guest on tonight's show. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about his Seattle Seahawks, here he is, man, Seattle Mike.
Beautiful day behind me. This is what every day has been like for a Seahawks fan since February.
The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the second time.
What's going on, 3 and Out podcast? I'm Real Seattle Mike. I make sports content covering the entire NFL, but I am a Seahawks fan. I do live in the greater Seattle area, and Larry reached out, gave me a few notes about what you guys are looking for. So let's hit it. Nobody had a better season last season than the Seahawks. We lost 3 games by a combined 9 points, unleashed the dark side defense, which allowed the fewest points in the entire league. It's so funny because the Seahawks, we just have these comeback stories, right? Like Geno Smith had that epic first game where he was starting for the Seahawks against, it was like his season starter against the Denver Broncos being led by Russell Wilson. Everybody remembers that Monday Night Football game, right? And Geno Smith wins the game for the Seahawks, 17-16, I believe was the final score. And he has that epic walk-off line of,
"They wrote me off, I ain't right back though."
Such a cool comeback story happens in Seattle for the Seahawks. Go Hawks. And here we are a bunch of years later, and we got Sam Darnold as our quarterback, written off by the Jets, written off by the Panthers, then goes to the 49ers to be a backup, then goes to the Vikings. Though after a great season with the Vikings, MVP caliber season with the Vikings decide, hey, they're going to let him go, and we have the best general manager in the history of the NFL. So John Schneider goes, yeah, we'll take him. And next thing you know, that guy's winning a Super Bowl. So as far as 2026 goes, or as far as 2025 goes, couldn't have gone better. Moving into the offseason, free agency, like I just said, John Schneider, best general manager across the league. So in John we trust. Great offseason, last offseason contributes to the offseason this offseason because there wasn't much to do. And so the moment that John Schneider goes, yeah, we're going to let Kenneth Walker walk. We're going to let Kenneth Walker. I don't know. We're going to let Kenneth Walker walk. The moment that he lets that happen, in John we trust. Whatever he says. And by the way, then once you get to the draft, what's our first move? We go running back. The 32nd overall pick. And by the way, the Seahawks said we're willing to trade out of that if somebody offers anything good. No one offered us anything good, so you're going to let us take the best running back in the draft? Yeah, okay, no problem. Second round, Bud Clark, TCU. You let us go safety, Bud Clark. And then I'm not going to pretend I'm familiar with all these players because I'm not. But you know what? Going guard, wide receiver, cornerback, nose tackle, cornerback. Very Seahawks draft. It just doesn't feel very flashy, but it could be has some speed to our secondary. Love youthful legs in that secondary. Brings me to the division. The NFC best. NFC West is the NFC best division by far. You know what national media never covers? Since the NFL reorganized in 2002, the Seahawks won the NFC West 10 times. The next closest in the NFC West, 49ers at 6, pathetic. Rams at 5 and the Cardinals at 3. And national media doesn't cover it that way though. They're going to talk about the Rams, they're going to talk about the 49ers. Speaking of the 49ers, Seahawks new ownership group, the Colsa family, they come from the 49ers ownership group. So as a part of my letter to them, I did write some advice for the differences between the 49ers and the Seahawks. I said, since you're coming from the 49ers, allow me to offer a few helpful differences between their organization and ours. If you build our team a new practice facility, don't put it next to an electric substation. Not that I think there's any credibility to the substation thing. I think that that's just 40 whiners, 9 cents. 40 whiners, 9 cents. Oh, that's funny. That was an accident. The whole diva wide receiver thing, we don't do that here. That Brandon Ayuk nonsense. Go a little further down I-5 for that. And then as for 2026, there's no game on the Seahawks schedule that they can't win. If you want to say, okay, we're going to split with the Rams, we're going to split with the Niners. Okay, so that's 2 losses. Fine. The one game I have circled is actually, and 2 years ago, it'd be funny to say this, but the one game I have circled is the Bears Monday Night Football game against the Seahawks. It's in Seattle, which makes me feel good about our chances. But that's the one I have circled. Now, could there be another fluke game? Could we win that and then have a fluke game somewhere else that, the Panthers upset us or something? Or we have everything locked up by week 18 and so we just play our backups and lose that game? Yeah, any of those things can happen, of course. So I've got the Seahawks losing upwards of 3 games again. So it'll be 14, we'll be 14-3. We're gonna win the whole effing thing again. And back-to-back world champions, which then let's put this on, let's go outside of the division. I know you wanted me to talk a little smack inside the division. Let me talk some smack outside of the division. Since the reorganization in 2002, the Patriots have won the most Super Bowls. They've won 6. Second most Super Bowls, the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won 3. You know who's tied for third most? Seahawks and Eagles are both tied for third most with 2. Seahawks winning the whole thing in 2026, that's going to mean that we will be tied for the second most Super Bowls since the NFL reorganized in 2002. National media is still going to ignore us? I'm Seattle Mike on the mic. Thanks for having me. 3 and Out podcast on IE Sports Radio.
That was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Seattle Mike, man. Bringing the laughs, bringing some by accident funny stuff. Give him applause, y'all. That was awesome. That was awesome, man. So, gotta say, big shout out and thank you to all of our awesome guests on tonight's show, man. 8 Division 8 days, starting with a bang, man. We're gonna have ourselves some fun tonight. We appreciate you guys. So, let's go ahead and just put a little bow on this because the Seahawks, look, they are solid, and we already know. You know what? I'm not gonna give that away. So, I did say that I was gonna, my boy, man, I feel bad for him. Earlier, I messed up, and this is what happens when you have all this time off. And you come back and you forget to do a few things on here, kind of like put the little season preview sign up there for the Cardinals. So we're going to do this one more time for my boy Alden K, man. We're going to throw this up here really quick, the Arizona Cardinals season preview. Let him talk real quick because I want, obviously give him some face value with the little banner down there and everything. And again, it's just one more time talking about the Cardinals and what he thinks for this year. So again, showing him some love, redoing this. And we're going to come back right now. After this, I have to ponder my final weigh-in. And I'll let you know what I think right after Alden says his deal one more time. Let's do it.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to everybody who is currently on the 3 and Out show on IE Sports Radio. Shout out to Larry B. Shout out to anybody that is co-side doing this live stream with Larry B. It's nighttime here in Phoenix right now, but I'm saying good morning because that will be the time this live stream takes place. And to open up the NFC West for this upcoming season in 2026, the Arizona Cardinals. So last season was pretty much a season to forget. And I'm trying to sound passionate when talking about this team. But last season did not go as planned. They went 3-14. They started the season 2-0, and then they finished the season only winning one game after that. So Cardinals fans, including myself, we had expectations for the team that year after barely missing the playoffs the year before in 2024. And then a bunch of things happened. Kyler Murray gets injured. He's out after week 5. The head coach ends up getting fired. And now fast forward to this upcoming season, Kyler Murray is now on the Vikings. Jonathan Gannon is no longer with the team. And they are heading in a new direction with first-year head coach Mike LaFleur. So this offseason, nothing major really happened with the Arizona Cardinals as far as big moves. There's, a couple topics out there with the Cardinals, though, like are they going to trade Josh Sweat, a guy who is one of their best, if not their best pass rusher on the team, a guy who is obviously wants to play for a contending team. But as the Cardinals head towards another rebuild, they could potentially head in a different direction with Josh Sweat. And then, of course, there's another question. Will the Cardinals extend left tackle Paris Johnson Jr. as he heads into another season, coming off of a very good year the year before? And there was a rumor that came out that said Paris Johnson Jr. is asking for $40 million a year from the Cardinals front office. And as a guy who's been a fan of this team for 20 years, all I can say to Paris Johnson Jr. is good luck getting $40 million a year from Michael Bidwell. As far as the draft goes, the Cardinals made some interesting picks and some young picks that can really make you scratch your head a bit as to, how is this going to work out for the Cardinals? Obviously, a no-brainer with their first round selection. They took running back Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. Obviously, the best offensive player in this draft, without a doubt. A lot of people thought they were going to go defense with their third selection in the draft. I'm glad that they took Jeremiah Love. I think having a guy like him in the backfield, especially with the quarterbacks that the Cardinals could potentially put out on the field for this season, they're really going to need any good offensive power that they can get, and Jeremiah Love is a good decision for that. While the offensive line is still pretty questionable, and I hope that they're able to do a solid in front of Jeremiah Love and whichever quarterback they put on the field week 1. And that's why they selected Chase Basantis, guard from Texas A&M in the second round, to pair up with Paris Johnson Jr. right next to him on the left side or the right side, whichever they prefer to put him at. And of course, the most controversial pick in the draft for the Cardinals was taking quarterback Carson Beck in the 3rd round. Not really sure what they were doing with that pick, but he is coming off of a national championship appearance. So we'll see what happens. I don't expect Carson Beck to be the future of the Arizona Cardinals. I do think that the Cardinals will play for the first overall pick in this upcoming season. As far as the division goes, while it would be nice to talk trash about my division, I just do not think I can because, and I think anybody watching this can just have sympathy for me when I say this. Cardinals are the worst team in their division by far. There's no reason for me to trash talk any team in my division. One of them just won the Super Bowl, and I think the Seahawks will go at least at worst second place in the division. I do see the Seahawks and the Rams competing for first place in the division, especially after the Rams got Myles Garrett. And as of right now, we don't know if Aaron Donald will come out of retirement, but if he does, then that's an even bigger problem, no matter how old he is. And then, of course, you got the Niners. I think that they will still make the playoffs, but as a third-place team. That is just a huge gauntlet of opponents that the Cardinals have to deal with for this upcoming season. But I have the Cardinals finishing last in the division, anywhere between 3 to 5 games. I don't think they'll do anything major this season, and I do think that they will pick for or compete for the first overall pick in this draft. But with that being said, we'll see what happens with the Cardinals this season. Big shout out to Larry B for showing this video and letting me give my thoughts on the Cardinals for this upcoming season. And with that being said, have a great rest of your show, Larry, and go Cardinals.
All right, guys, and there it is, man. Cardinals talk officially done for this week. Again, I just wanted to give them that little, again, with the banner and all that good stuff. But again, Cardinals got one heck of a hill to climb, and I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. So, all right, guys, time for my final weigh in, and it's about that time, guys. Look, I can even do it with the colors. Let's have some fun with the colors, shall we? Last year, this division was crazy. Cardinals in the basement, 3-14. Niners, 12-5. Rams, 12-5. Seahawks, 12-5. I'm sorry, 14-3. So I got going on the 12-5 kick. 14-3. That's insane. But I will tell you this. I feel like we're going to have a lot of the same this year. Okay, hear me out. At number 4, yeah, I hate to say it, Cardinals. Look, nobody's going to argue with me on this, including Alden. I mean, who knows? I mean, I think he had them third or whatnot. But look, this last year, 3 wins, it's harsh. Okay. But this year, I'm going to give them anywhere between 4 and 6. It's doable. It's doable. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to win 6. But I also don't think they're going to dip as low as 3. They might get like 2 more. But then again, they may really surprise us this year. And Jeremiah Love really might be a big breakout player. We'll see what Harrison can do. But look, this is a brutal, brutal schedule. So as you can see, this is why I have them so low. Yeah, rookie head coach Mike LaFleur, and a training camp completely overshadowed by Brissett's contract holdout drama and all that stuff. And this season is going to be a heavy developmental grind in the desert. I think there's no other way to say it. Right. And even with exciting young players like Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Love now, he's there. I mean, I don't see them winning anything more than, like I said, 3 to 6 games. And I don't think that's being mean. I just think it's being real. Okay. But now it's time for the hard part for me. This is a very hard part for me because what do we do with these top 3? Well, I gave you guys a lot of applause earlier. Don't hate me. But we're going to turn this thing Niners red. Look, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. All right. I would say Vinny Holt's in the house. Yeah, I agree. It'd be hard to watch. Exactly, it is. I mean, again, Raider fan here, okay? Raider fan. Every year I just watch because I just love the game. That's about it. I'm not expecting anything. Trust me. As a Raider fan, I'm not expecting anything. I can expect comedy. I could see that. So it's kind of sad, but when you're a fan of a team that hasn't been so well and doesn't look like they're going to be any better this year, that's kind of what you do. So sucks. Now, hear me out for the Niners. Okay. The talent on this roster is undeniable. Okay. Kyle Shanahan always finds a way to win double-digit games. They've been pretty solid at that, right? However, again, this travel schedule is nuts. Again, it's like 40,000 or something like that I read. Or again, it's a lot of YouTube videos, reading stuff, et cetera, et cetera. And it's crazy. It's a lot of traveling. Okay. You got those international trips in there. You have, unfortunately, those lingering health questions, which sucks. George Kittle, I hate it. I hate it for him because I like George Kittle, man. He's got a cool personality. He's hyped up and crazy. And this team, they have a lot there. Brock Purdy is solid, man. Like they have a pretty good team. Sadly, though, I think these injuries and really we're going to see what's up with George Kittle. It just kind of keeps them a step behind the Rams right now and the Seahawks. And this is a brutal, brutal division right now. And really, I feel like if I have to pick somebody, I'm not going to, I'm not a betting person, but I'm not going to put money on the Niners. Okay. If I was, this is a team where I feel that they can get the monkey off their back. They definitely can, but will they? And that to me is just a big question. Okay. So next up, we got two blue teams. What shade blue is coming up next? Again, just my opinion, nothing crazy. You guys have all your opinions too. Okay. Tell me what you guys think in the chat. All right. Here it is. Yeah, I did it. Los Angeles Rams. Okay, guys. I'm just putting this out there. And I know you heard me earlier talking about Super Bowl favorites, or they could be. And honestly, I'm not arguing with that. Okay. You don't just accidentally win a Super Bowl in this league. Okay. Seattle did that. They dominated last year. They look good. This year with the star power that got added to the Rams, that can totally happen. They got richer. Matthew Stafford is operating at an MVP level. The offense has elite weapons, and adding Myles Garrett to a defense that already features young rising stars, it's insane. Okay. Sean McVay takes this division in. I mean, he takes this division like every single game. It's like the most serious thing in his life. Like you can see it, like it's so personal. And again, that's why this team really has a chance. Okay. And I'm sorry, I forgot to pick with my Niners. I'm gonna have them anywhere between 9 and 11 wins this year for the Niners. Okay. But for the Seahawks, for the Rams, I'm gonna go anywhere between 11 and 13 wins. Can they do it? Can they win the bowl this year? Of course they can. You better believe they can. This is a great team. This is a team that can be a Super Bowl favorite right now and then actually do it, especially with Myles Garrett, guys. You know this. And of course, my number one, and this is the same exact standings as last year, by the way. Okay, same exact standings. But of course, you already know. And why do I have the Seattle Seahawks at number one? Why? Look, again, you don't just accidentally win the Super Bowl, right? And Mike Macdonald's defense isn't going anywhere. This is the immovable object. These guys are nasty. Sam Darnold has stability. Jackson Smith-Njigba he's a star. Okay. Jadarian Price, I think he's really going to have a lot of carries and move the chains a lot in this offense. I truly believe they take this division by a hair and get into that postseason. And whatever happens after that, okay, I believe they win it by this much. If the Rams knock them off in the postseason, that's the postseason, guys. We're talking regular season here. Okay, we're talking regular season. And I will say that these guys have just that. It's that defense that does it for me, guys. It really is. It's that defense because they're solid, man. I love that. And the Rams defense is nasty too. So we're going to see. Honestly, and you can flip it so easy. Honestly, I could say the Rams at number one all day long. I think they're probably going to split it and go 1-1. Now, in the playoffs, I hate to say this, if they meet up with and this is going to be hard, if the Rams are rolling like the way I think they're going to be rolling, honestly, guys, I have a really big feeling that the Rams will probably end up defeating the Seahawks in the playoffs. Again, just weird stuff, right? Just throwing some stuff out there. I feel like, I don't know, the Seahawks, they looked good last year, not the craziest injuries. They were solid. But again, Rams could totally win this thing. Rams have every bit. I mean, honestly, I'm just going against the grain because, again, I'm just a big defensive guy. I love some good defense. Myles Garrett, we're going to see what happens. But last year, we already saw what happens with the Seahawks. So I like that. I'm excited for that. And we're going to see. I'm really looking forward to this. And again, we're going to see what happens, man. And yeah, because sure, bro. No. Number one thing, the poor Raiders, man. They're so bad. And I don't think Kubiak or anybody's gonna change that. They're sad. But no, honestly, man. Again, I don't know. I just like that defense a lot. And again, I just feel like the Rams. And if the Rams do win, honestly, if the Rams win the entire thing, if they win the division, and then they go on and win the bowl this year, that's exactly what a lot of us are probably thinking, right? Because they're that good. The Rams are that good, guys. They are not a bad team at all. This is a Super Bowl caliber team, in my personal opinion. So it's going to be good. I'm excited for it. But again, that's where I'm at. I know I'm kind of crazy. I just want to throw a fun little twist in there, have a little bit of fun in there. But we're going to see, guys. Again, we're going to see. Great show tonight, man. Thank you to everybody tuning in. I'm really excited for this. Big shout out to my boy Marcus Lowe's great, man. And it's true. They do have to survive injuries too. And that's another reason why too. I mean, it's just the Seahawks. They did it already. That's why I have them number one until somebody else knocks them off. And if they do take a step back this year, Marcus Lowe's great. Again, and that could be also because Kubiak leaving. Who knows? But I still think that defense is gonna corral these guys enough to get them at least close to winning the division or winning the division. Playoffs is a different story. And then it's the Niners season to lose. I get you right. Hey, you know what? And that's a diehard Niner fan right there, spoken like a true Niner. So loving it. Marcus Lowe's great, man. And we'll see. We'll see if the Niners get it done this year. We'll see who does get it done. This is really exciting. Like it really is. So again, guys, really, really, really happy for tonight, man. Fun first show. 8 divisions in 8 days right here. 3 and out, 8 divisions in 8 days. You guys have been amazing. Thank you in the chat, man, for jumping in. We have Teran Rodriguez here. He says his picks, Rams. There you go. Rams, Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals. Exactly. But see, that top number one will be way closer than expected. I don't know. I'm just gonna go the other way just to say it. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun this year, you guys. And totally looking forward to a battle in the NFC West. So with that said, you guys, that is it. That is done. We want to say a big shout out and thank you to all of our guests tonight. Alden K representing his Cardinals, Jason Clavel representing his Niners, Tim from the land down under representing his Niners. Also, Marcus Lowe's great in the chat, man, representing his Niners, and Seattle Mike representing his Seattle Seahawks. We'll see where the season takes us, and that is that. So, all right, guys, I am really excited. Marcus Lowe's great is taking Teran off of his Christmas list. Hey, I hope not off yours, Marcus. Anyway, guys, that is that, man. Let's get ready for the NFC East tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here we go. Strap in. Be ready to rock and roll tomorrow. We're heading out of the NFC West now, heading on over to the NFC East. That's going to be a fun one. So this has been show number 1 of 8 divisions in 8 days right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your boy Larry B, and we will see you tomorrow as this season premiere continues again. For me, your boy Larry B, and all of our awesome guests tonight, this has been 3 and Out, 8 divisions in 8 days right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless. Peace.
IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. 3 and out, 8 divisions in 8 days. Let's go. The heat is rising on the training camp turf. The the trash talk fly. Look